we're taking you undercover, exposing the reason for record high prices at the post office. It's a $9 billion problem.
I'm just going to show you what they have, the prices, and you guys can see how amazing Whatnot is.
Look at what happens when we take you to the post office. We're ready to mail packages with prepaid labels sold on Whatnot for just a third of the price at the post office. But does it work? Watch our investigator get caught by a postal worker.
Please listen carefully.
Okay, thanks.
Hear the confrontation that puts postal inspectors on high alert.
I'm Inspector Plus, Revenue Investigation.
They're going to call the Fofos.
So we've got
They're gonna call the
Maple here who's
Fofos.
going to give us. All is captured during a Whatnot video live stream.
Maple's going to get arrested on live TV. Hi, guys.
And we'll explain the consequences ahead. You want to see everything that happens in this dramatic episode of The Ship Show. Going to go live with The Ship Show. It is your favorite seller support show each week. Lots of exciting stuff. Lots and lots of exciting stuff. Naked Maple, who's going to come on in a few minutes. And I wanted to just take a second to catch up with every one of you. How are you doing? What questions do you have? I think I got everybody their answers from last show. We do it every other week. Oh, and by the way, happy birthday again to Kat, whatever your real age is, whatever your real birthday is. And I wanted to just tell you, I was on the Discord server. So if you sell on Whatnot, you should be able to access the Discord server. If you don't sell on Whatnot, but you're part of the Whatnot community, it's not impossible to get approved for selling privileges. And the way you can do that is you can actually use my referral link, of course. You're always welcome to do that. And it's just whatnot.com/invite/seller/stay home to shop. I have that in most of the description boxes of like the YouTube videos I put out. And if you do want to just get your selling privileges just to have one or two first sales, then you can get invited into the Discord community that has like all this stuff. It is a treasure trove. It's like a wormhole basically, but going back 5 years, can you believe it? 5 years, Whatnot has been around, and it has built this whole collective community that spans the entire globe. So you find a lot of really good resources there, make connections with some of the smartest people in the industry. And I was looking on there, they've just released some enhancements. And I think the place that you're going to be seeing that is in the shipping platform itself. You may not notice these things, but they are improvements and they are adjusting just certain features and settings without raising any prices to make it easier to do your job and make sure that your customers get even better service, which I think is pretty impressive because I think they get 5-star service from everyone I see in this room, at least. So, hi, Chicago, and welcome, Chicago! If you have not made it to, and wildflowers, woo! We are getting the word out. It does take a little bit. You know, we can try to talk and move faster than the speed of light and the speed of sound, and sometimes it happens, but I'm glad you guys are able to make it. And let's start a giveaway. Giveaway this today is going to be a surprise. So I encourage all of you who are interested in just the whole Whatnot experience, make sure you've got your selling privileges, and that means you could then get onto the Discord server and you will find a treasure trove of information that never makes its way fully out to the web because it's a lot of inside information. Whatnot tells us what to expect, what they're working on, what they've recently released, and a lot of that is enhancing the shipping features for sellers. Basically, they are at a point now where I have worked in business for a few more years than I'll admit to, but let's say decades. And I will tell you that companies, I've never seen a company give its team just such access. I just really have never seen it. And in such a short period, because when I started the Ship Show, this is my second year. We did have a fully up and running platform. We just needed to know which buttons to push. There are still those same buttons, but beyond that, you get basically the ability to set up your own business day one without paying 1 penny in office rent. And that is unheard of. So I'm telling you, get in while you can get in, no matter where you're at. And Chicago, you've got some selling privileges, but you have no idea how to get onto the Discord server. Message me. obviously I will just cut and paste and give you the link. But it is an invite process, so they will verify you are an active seller. Hazy Ames, always nice to see you. And thrift store intern, started as an intern. Are you the CEO of your own online enterprise now? And by the way, college kids even. You don't have to wait till you graduate. You can start setting up your future success, because I think we are all of the mindset it's going to be digital, it's going to be online. Now, when Naked Maple comes on, she's going to blow you guys away. I'm going to try to bite my tongue and not get into the numbers, but I did look at the numbers in terms of what she's selling when she goes out into a store, a typical retail store that you or I or anybody could go to. But the key is Whatnot brings that to the entire world. Basically, let's limit it to the US, to the entire US audience. And I am so sorry for being late myself. I have to just tell you guys this, because I'm always like trying to make sure, did I get that one right? I don't want to say it was this number when it was really that number. So it's always best just to do a final edit. But I do it for you guys because I don't want to spread any false information. I looked at her numbers, and yeah, she's doing quite well. She's actually performing at a level that is a multiplier of the stores that she's shopping in. So when she goes in and she does an actual in-store shopping haul, and that's the fun of Whatnot. We can take our customers anywhere with us. You can come into my studio, but I could take you out into the real world, and we can shop for anything we're allowed to purchase and sell online. There's no limit. I'm trying to think of an analogy. It's like a shopping mall that never ends, but people don't want to go to shopping malls. So it's like if you could fly to Paris, and then instantly you could be in New York, and then instantly you could be in, oh, I don't know, they've got a really good Pottery Barn in the Midwest, Pottery Barn outlet. So if you could be at the Pottery Barn outlet in the Midwest, all in the same show or all in the same day, because again, with the power of the video feed that Whatnot provides us with, um, and all of the tools, if you've got access to those, your business does not have a limit on it. The other thing is, because Whatnot is a community-based platform, I like the fact that we learn from others. I was in a, not even a seller support, but just kind of a update chat with a guy who brought his business from a different platform and is now at $10 million a year. He was teaching sellers on a different platform how to get their business above 100,000 or up to $100,000 a year. He's at $10 million himself. And that is unbelievable, because with Whatnot, they've given us all of the capabilities that work reliably and fast. And if you look at customer satisfaction ratings, because those are all out there, consistently rating high in the 5, if not, exactly perfect, near enough to round up. And Chicago, you've won the giveaway. There is a surprise for that. So you other guys need to uh, okay, you're going to have to decode this for me. PGH has the Anthropology Home outlet. Where is PGH? And I'm going to write your name down, Chicago Don. Okay. And while I do that, hold on, let's do another giveaway. Sorry if this is wobbling. We're going to run this. And we've had so many amazing people come through this show over the last year plus that I've been hosting. And I could just stand here and literally hand out awards, because they've all gone on. Pittsburgh. Well, we like Pittsburgh because we love deals. Anthropology has some pretty nice stuff if you are willing to pay the price. Whatnot's pricing can go as low as 80% off retail, which again is unheard of. You're getting that 5-star experience at a discount price. And so let's see. And actually, there's probably a way to locate different outlets. I just happen to know about the Pottery Barn outlet because I live near one, and they combine all 3 of their lines. So at the entry level, you got Pottery Barn Teen, and then you've got Pottery Barn, then you've got Williams Sonoma Home. So they've got the entry level, the main level, and then they've got the high end. And those prices get up there. So you really do have to basically bargain shop and wait for sales and things like that, unless you walk into their outlet and it is a huge selection of a lot of stuff. Some of it is well, I mean, it's all discontinued for the most part. And some of it you kind of have to mix and match different pieces. But hey, if you're saving a little bit of money, most people will not get that experience because who's flying into St. Louis just to do a Pottery Barn shopping spree? If you are, cancel your ticket because we could definitely do that a lot faster and easier for you and have those out to the mail. You'll probably get a priority mail within the next week. So if you want to come and do all the other fun stuff, I can give you a whole list of free things to do while you're in St. Louis. St. Louis is the one city that that I've lived in that has like a bunch of free things, but everything requires that we pay something for it, really. And in real time, real life, we're not seeing those kind of deals. So I love that the Naked Maple takes you on a shopping spree, isn't charging you airfare to go with her, isn't charging a lot of fees, but I actually do want you guys to point out some things that we might not normally think of because I'm in the Midwest, so I don't pay like a bag fee. I know in some markets they do, like California. And oh my, so cutie! Oh my, so cute! 23. Thank you for bringing your friends. You all want to get in on that giveaway, which is going to be a surprise. So you will want to hear at the end of the show. I don't want to take away attention from the Naked Maple. When she comes on, I might need to grab my second device in case I have to pull up some things to show you. But I really want to give you my full attention. I'm scanning for questions. These things go by so fast. So get your questions in there. If it's not something I can answer for you this week, I always try to do a follow up and start next episode with that. And that will be in 2 weeks from today. We're still keeping it at 1 p.m. Eastern time. And then here's the fun thing. If you go in the Buy It Now, let me try that out with you guys. There is a new feature. This, again, is a platform enhancement that has kind of gotten bundled into the update packages. So it says, I like to watch. So if you like to watch episodes of the Ship Show, you can watch this one for up to 60 days if you make a purchase. That's the caveat. If you make that purchase, you'll have access for up to 60 days. I will also put most of this on YouTube, but that does require some editing and it won't be the unedited version. So a lot of the seller specific and inside kind of stuff kind of has to get, glossed off. I take about 20 minutes, edit it out of a 60-minute program if you want to know approximately what makes it and what doesn't. But you can go online now and watch Jen Deals. I did an edited version of her appearance on the podcast or on the show. She is a seller who made it her goal to have a 6-figure a year business. She is well past that. She's on her way to having $1 million plus business, and it's because she brought America's #1 beauty brand to Whatnot, which is Bath and Body Works. So as we were talking earlier, I was saying it's like if you go to an endless shopping mall. Well, Bath and Body Works has stores in every shopping mall, and they still have people who would rather shop with Gin Deals on Whatnot, and she sells a lot of stuff. So she's able to do her own setup, but we're going to focus on Naked Maple today because her performance numbers are unheard of. In fact, actually, it's better than industry average. I'll give you a hint there. Homebred Treasure, you're gonna get a giveaway. What category are you in, if you don't mind me being nosy? Because I like that name. Are you in Home and Garden? And we actually do have to squeeze things in, so I am going to delay Naked Maple. She'll be on probably about halfway through the show anyway, and we can always follow up with some questions, but she's getting her stuff out. She is not waiting, so she is a speedy person. Oh my gosh. Did you guys see the preview video? Did you see it where she had all the endless orders that she has ready to ship? And she still took 5 or 10 minutes to kind of give me the rundown of how she does things. I appreciate her time. I appreciate all of your time, so I don't want to waste that. But Homefront Treasures, what category are you on? Are you in? And as far as the rest of the show, for the remainder of this year, every future ship show is uh, already scheduled. Bookmark them all. Make as many as you can. If you can make them, you'll get the I like to watch pass for $5, and that gives you 60 days. You can go back and replay and rewatch the unedited, uninterrupted version of this. And if you would rather, I will put up an edited version, but those take a little while because a lot of what we discuss, it makes sense in the full conversation. It makes no sense in the general public because some of the things that we talk about, they would never believe. Um, for example, Whatnot has the priority mail best rate of $9.21. You will never find that at a post office counter. So I have to be careful not to put false information that people might misunderstand. Um, because they at the post office they charge 3 times that amount. So I just have to go in, and again, like I said, it's about of a 60-minute episode, I have to take about 20 minutes out because it just would not make sense to a general audience. But the other part about that is we are focused on Whatnot. There's a whole e-commerce universe always around us, and for whatever reason, you guys, a lot of people have been finding the YouTube videos that I've put up about Whatnot specifically. I have them on a few other general shopping topics, but Whatnot videos have been getting watched a lot. There is a playlist. Why don't I show you how to find that? Has anybody been to the YouTube channel, Stay Home to Shop? It's just my channel. It's not dedicated only to the ship show. And I've been thinking about that and wondering if I need to start to separate those things. And Homefront Treasure, you are liquidating a 4-acre estate, 5 generations of things. Everybody, make sure you're following Homefront Treasure, and definitely let's talk about ways we can feature that, because that is a shopping opportunity that, again, I'm not going to find on. I could just start rattling Wayfair. I'm not going to find that on Wayfair. I'm not going to find that on oh, there's that river company, Jungle, people get lost in. I'm just trying to think of random websites that a lot of people are buying exactly the types of items you're selling, but even if they really wanted to find them, they're not going to find 5 generations. That's going to be jewelry, that's going to be china, that's going to be a lot of antiques, one of a kinds, maybe last of a kind. And I just need to follow you. Oh, I'm already following you. Oh, this is such a good profile. I love this. So Homefront Treasure, excellent. Uh, and you've got more people following than you're following. So a lot of, is there a past way to watch your shows with the chat? The best, okay, so the best way to do that is to go and do the, I like to watch, and it's in the buy it now. That gives you the show. It won't necessarily give you the chat overlay. Most people can kind of make sense of it, but other than that, that's the full access that Whatnot has. You can submit a request to Whatnot, and they might be able to allow people who participated in the chat to see their comments or something like that. But again, we've gone from like baby steps, like first generation basic beginner, all the way up to scaling more toward an enterprise shipping solution, and enterprise being for sellers consistently selling more than $100,000 each month, because Whatnot has those now. And so it's amazing. It's like it's just kind of a multiplier effect. And then also it's amazing how many of you guys show up. It's like, is this double last week? Did somebody share the show? So that's a really good question. And I personally do like the chat, because none of this really fully makes sense, and unless you see kind of the other comments, but I don't read them off word for word, and I really try not to get too much into your usernames unless it's necessary, because that just throws people off. I'm noticing other similar sounding names or looking names. I found Stay Home to Shop with some numbers after it on the Discord server, so I don't know who those folks are. But yeah, one other point is if you get a message, Naked Maple is I'm going to bring you on in just 1 second. So please don't think I've forgotten you. But if you see a message that says somebody left a comment about you on the Discord chat, it doesn't necessarily mean you yourself. It means it could be and everybody. So those are rare, but they're meant for everybody to see. So I would tell you, look at those posts. Okay, so we do have a real life question that we're going to solve. You just got 2 items confused as to who got what on your first show because you had 1 item quantity, 5, but you figured it out. So chat would help. Right. Yeah. And there are some other. So here's the other thing I want you to do. If you it takes a little bit of patience. So put it on in the background when you're doing your shipping or when you're doing something else. But I've integrated into my shows a lot of the tips and techniques that I've learned from other experienced sellers so that in those scenarios, it's a lot faster for me. But yeah, the video receipt replays definitely make it a lot better. But you have to go through a lot of footage sometimes, especially if they are identicals or near identicals. Yeah, so that can definitely weigh things down. And having so I misread your earlier remark. I was assuming you wanted chat access on the ship show remarks, and they are working on adding in chat. Naked Maple in the 15 seconds we've been talking, she's already researched that. So we move fast, but watch in the background because I'm starting to put up my own live stream replays, whether the show was good or not so good. April 1st played more tricks on me than I could have imagined. So that's going up in batches. It's going to be the first batch comes this afternoon, then you'll get to see another batch, then you get to see the last batch. And Naked Maple, I'm so glad you won the giveaway. That actually worked out perfect. So why don't we bring you on now? And as soon as you're comfortable, I'm going to grab my second device because I do want to pull some things up online. But let's bring you in. So I'm going to invite you to co-host. The way that I do that for you folks who haven't used this feature in the past, I'm just clicking off on her logo. And under that menu, it's going to say one of the options is invite to co-host.
Hi.
You are fantastic. Oh my gosh, the light is so gorgeous. Where are you?
I'm in the car. I'm at the post office.
Perfect.
I decided, you know how they told me I can't go in and film?
Uh-huh.
I decided that I don't care and I'm going to still
Okay.
go in and show you guys what the deal is.
Okay. Yeah,
And then you can kick me
absolutely.
out.
Yeah. No problem. I mean, we're allowed to use the post office, so absolutely.
Hi. Thanks for having me. Hi guys.
Well, thank you for leading the way, setting the example. Your numbers are incredibly high just based on the 15 minutes that we chatted when you went through how much you were able to earn, how long it took you to complete your Trader Joe's shopping haul, and
Yeah.
having every order paid for before you even left the store. Your profit is unbelievably high, but let's not get distracted because if we do, everybody's going to slam down their phone and run to Trader Joe's.
It's a
So,
Goodwill. It's a Goodwill.
or Goodwill.
Not Trader
Goodwill.
Joe's.
Yeah. Yeah. So tell us how you like to do. Well, first of all, tell us about you because I know that you do some custom handmade jewelry, and that is really your unique offering on the internet. But
Yeah.
then for Whatnot, you've been doing some other additional types of shows that have just brought you phenomenal success.
Right. So we started Whatnot with our handmade wood items. So we make essential oil diffusers. We hand carve. We play with wood. That's what we do. Um, but the handmade community needs a lot of help here. It is not established. It is very, very difficult. So guys, please follow the handmade category. Support all of my sweet friends who are just trying to do what they love and trying to make some money. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah.
there comes a time after you put in so much work and you don't see it come back to you. Do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
You got to pivot. So I
Hmm.
am like a master winger, as I call it.
Hmm.
I wing things. I've winged my way through life, and I am winging my way through whatnot. And I decided, you know what? It's time to pivot. And so as soon as I hit my 1,000 sales on whatnot, um, I decided I'm gonna do what all the cool kids are doing, and I'm gonna do live thrifting. Because why not? Why can't I do the same thing that they're doing? Why can't I be successful in this? And I made it my mission too, because this is our only source of income. This is how we make money, and um, and we need to, you know what I mean? I need to be bringing something home. So if this didn't work,
Absolutely.
maybe this will, and it has. It has.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, so, and you say pivot, but I think sometimes it's even expand or grow,
Yeah.
because once you get the basics, you get a lot more comfortable taking on those larger projects.
Yeah.
And what blew me away when your name was recommended as a co-host is I don't know how you go into these locations with any like estimate of what the shipping's going to turn into, because it could be a little, it could be a lot, and sometimes your
It's a mess.
smaller items are more expensive than your value pack items. So
Yeah.
walk us through how you get your show set up ready. And I think people need to start taking notes of how you have your shipping set up, your shipping settings. So
My shipping settings are
mhm,
the basic settings that are set up by Whatnot. I have not changed a thing.
okay.
It is set up brilliantly. It is set up for your success, especially um, so I have 0 to 15 ounces set at um, ground. One
Mhm,
to 5 pounds is priority, and then 5+ pounds is back to ground.
okay.
You have options to change priority to flat rate, not just priority, but priority flat rate, which is great for some sellers. What? Oh, get in the
Well,
giveaway. Here, let me get in there.
no, that too. You're talking to some experts here, because I can see the names of the people in the room. So we have some high performers, and I want to clarify for the people who this will make perfect sense when I say it. But when you're talking about switching between flat rate and priority mail, we're talking about within that best rate category. It will make zero difference in what the customer pays. So they're still going to pay that 921, whether it's between 1 and 5 pounds or if it's any size flat rate box.
Right.
So somebody could, toggle off and on that option, but on the final shipping settings, because it's the same price, you could flip it to the other if it turned out that that was necessary. So so I agree, 100%. Options one, which is lightweight,
Yeah.
preset, no need to change it, no way to change it. Option two, even if you changed it, you can't mess it up. Let's talk about option three, which is heavyweight.
So So I use ground for everything past 5 pounds. It just
Okay.
makes sense because I can use my brown box, whatever box I find. I mean, I have a box of apples that I picked up. Look, I'm shipping from a box that had apples in it. Okay, it's literally I source out boxes. I can use them for any shipments, any sizes that I need. So I have no need to use flat rate or anything. That puts me
Mhm.
in a box, and I can't be in a box live thrifting because I never know what size
Mhm.
something is going to sell at. Do you know what I mean?
That is what I was hoping you would explain.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm. You never know. I have sold golf bags that require massive bag boxes. I've sold tiny things and big things. I've had things bundled together like a golf, like um I don't even like a huge painting with like little minis. And how are you going to ship that? I need to be able to be flexible in what boxes I use when I ship.
Yes. So for everything you've explained, Ground Advantage is the lowest price choice. And
Yeah,
as you mentioned, it's going to give you the most flexibility in terms of your sizing and the items that can be shipped without having any additional restrictions, like priority
for
mail,
sure.
because priority mail items have to be airworthy. And Ground Advantage, it's basically everything that the
Yes.
post office allows. So fantastic.
Yeah, and it might take longer. Um, but also I explain to my customers, listen, my shipping time has moved to 3 days. Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. But also I'm not I sorry, not sorry. Do you know
Mhm.
what I mean?
Yeah,
I am a one woman show. I do all the
yeah.
packing myself. I do all the ship, like I do all of these things all by myself. And my customers that return time and time again know that the time that I put into safely packaging your items is
Mhm.
worth the wait. So, even if I use Ground Advantage, even if I ship a few days later, do you know what I mean? It is worth it because it's going to arrive to you safely. And I Whatnot is all about building trust. You
Exactly.
build trust, you build connections, and
Keep going.
the most important thing is to be transparent in that. Don't try to say like just be honest, be transparent, and be yourself, and people will understand. I hope. Where'd you go? I need some water. Oh my gosh, it's so hot in Phoenix right now. Hi guys.
Okay.
Hi.
I'm going to grab my second device and we're going to go through some specific details. I want everybody in the
Yep.
chat to start putting in questions for Naked Maple. We'll get to as many as possible. And whether they're advanced or basic beginning questions, put them out there. I'm not going to embarrass anybody. I don't even have to mention your name if you're paying attention. Just let's get those questions though. Because Naked Maple, you have been on the platform. Remind me what time frame?
Two, a little over 2 years.
Okay.
I
You know,
think
as
I
we get
just hit my 2 years in March.
your what? Excuse me?
I, I hit my 2 years in March.
Perfect. Yeah, as we get older, sometimes we start to roll back the clock a little bit. So, you know, you're off to a really good start. But 2 years
Whatnot
you've
is
been
still a baby. Whatnot is still a baby.
right.
A platform that is only 4 or 5 years old is still a baby. It's in the growing stages. There's so much more to come, and the fact that we are here right now, just show up and it will happen. It's all coming. That's all I could say. This is so exciting to be uh, on a platform that has only just begun. It really is. It's really exciting. I don't even know how I found this platform. What am I doing here? How did I get here? I don't know, but I love it. Hi, Donna. It is. It's fun. You guys, my phone is gonna overheat. I'm in my car, and my AC. I'm like holding my phone up to the AC. Is getting
Oh
the
yeah.
brown boxes. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
laid my second device down getting ready for this. So
Look,
I don't
I'm
know
gonna
where it
show you.
is.
Look, I'm gonna
Mhm.
show you. Okay. I'm going to show you the situation. I source. Hi, look, it's Maple. Hi, it's me. I source my boxes. I go to the grocery stores. Okay, someone's going to get crispy apple boxes. Someone is going to keep frozen treat like ice cream. This is not frozen. This has like I don't know what inside. Probably like some glass. Toaster strudels. Look, toaster strudels. Someone's getting a box with toaster strudels. Do you see? Someone else, no, this is legit. Okay, this is how you do it. Someone else is getting, oh, this is from a flower thing. Okay, because I needed a box that big. Look how big that is. You see?
Yeah.
So I went to the flower section of the grocery store and I got one of these boxes, and they have holes in it, and then I covered up the holes. so nothing gets
Okay.
in with thermal labels.
Uh-huh.
Um, and then you just find the boxes. That's what you do. So I
Yeah.
love ground. I absolutely
Um,
love ground as long as you
okay.
can find and source the boxes.
Okay. So a couple things that you mentioned earlier, and if they're not causing you problems in your business, they're not problems. But I think other sellers might not feel as confident as you. So make sure you guys get in the giveaway if you can. I know a lot of you are on your desktop, and the giveaway is for mobile devices. Um, but one point I wanted to tell you is the shipping time average. There are strategies to reduce that number without really changing your overall operation. And we could even
Oh yeah,
dedicate a show and maybe even invite an expert, possibly even from Whatnot, to tell us how that number is calculated. Because it can move around a little bit, but you are getting your stuff out on time. You did mention trust and safety. And the thing about that is if Whatnot is aware of what you're shipping, and if it's not like Funko, if it's not collectible cards, you know, they will take that into consideration. The plants category gets 7 to 10 days ship
yeah,
because they understand that it does have to be properly packaged. So, there can be those moments where you reach out to Trust and Safety and just say, look, I'm dealing with perishables that are going to all parts of the US. I have to prioritize some orders. This is why some are going out later or going out on time, and just
yeah.
have those details ready. Under the new shipping platform, you can run packing slips before you ever run a label, which is something that's phenomenal. So there's just so many capabilities that Whatnot is adding and allowing sellers like you to be more successful because we do not want you to slow
You have
down.
to be proactive.
Uh,
You have to you have to be proactive. You have to be proactive,
yeah.
and advocate for yourself. And honesty always wins. So in my case, because I started as a woodworker who did more
Mhm,
than 90% of my orders were custom design pieces that took
mhm,
time to make, obviously weeks. I think, grandfather claused in. I applied for a shipping exemption with Whatnot a long time ago. I said, guys, my shipping time is going to be longer than you require. I proved to them that most of my orders were, in fact, custom design. And also, the reason my ship time um, is 3 days and not, like, do you know what I mean? Is because I still have those custom orders that I do on the back end that take that time. So if there is a 2 week here, right, and these
mhm.
orders go out within 2 days, it's still going to average out longer than. I don't think I will ever get to
Right.
1 day shipping. Does that make sense?
Never say never. There are
So I will.
strategies.
Well,
Um,
there, you know what? There are. The more giveaways that you do, right? You do
yes.
giveaways. You sell those little white envelopes. You get them out the next day or the same day, and there goes your average right back up. Absolutely, you're
Mhm.
totally right. There are ways.
And I do see a couple of really good questions. I'll try to talk about that as you get repositioned inside the post office when you're ready. But no rush here. We've still got 15 minutes, which for this crowd we can blow through a list. Um, so okay, can I do the big reveal of? And by the way, for those of you who want access to rewatch this show, so you're not like thrown off. You buy the I like to watch listing, $5 gets you 60 days. You can go back and watch it as many times as you need to. Um, and trust and safety spelled out is the email that you would send if you needed to get in touch with trust and safety for any issues. And okay, so there are two questions that I saw. One is 18-pound package. Congratulations. I don't know if that's a concern at all, but if it was properly estimated, you're within that heavyweight anyway. So it should just reflect that in whatever price the customer paid. And if it was underestimated, there are ways to adjust. And you're probably within your free adjustment allowance there too. I'm just going to guess. And then we have a former postal office employee. So private message me because we might be able to use you as a resource. There are a lot of questions that I'll ask my local carriers. They'll tell me the answer, but sometimes they can't tell me too much. So the Naked Maple is
Can
going
I
to go
answer?
inside. Yeah.
Okay, just one sec. Ruby, I actually spoke to my postal worker inside the office a few days ago because I asked for those stickers and I was like, let me pay for a bunch of fragile stickers. You know, let me, I will give you my money. And they said that they don't offer that service anymore. So they don't offer that service anymore. And so
Mhm.
you can stick anything you want on the box. You can write fragile all over it, but they're still going to do whatever they're going to do. And there's no way to even pay for that service. So
Wow.
that's long gone. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, and sometimes different offices will give us different answers. I have I've come up with my own rule, which is the post office is always right. Whatever my local carrier says, whatever my local office decides, exactly. Because
Don't
they
think
have
so.
a constantly changing rule book that
Yeah.
I don't pretend to be the expert on. So we'll get some clarification there, but that's a good point that it's inconsistent,
Do you
it
want me to
sounds like.
go in and show you prices? I'm going to have
Yeah,
to
we're
turn
gonna
the
look,
sound down or else they're going to kick me out. Um,
no problem.
but
I'm
let's
gonna
go in
talk
real
and talk.
quick.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna turn you down. Okay, so don't talk to
Okay.
me. But I'm just gonna
Okay.
show you what they have, the prices, and you guys can see how crazy amazing Whatnot is. Okay,
Mhm.
in terms of their contract with the post office and the deals that you guys are getting on shipping.
Yeah, and it goes directly to the customer. So there's no markup, meaning every dollar that they're saving, they have to shop with, which is pretty awesome. Uh, and Nick and I see a couple newcomers. So yeah, if you want full access to this show, you'll buy it now listening and give you a replay access. We're inside the post office with the Naked Maple. She is going to bring us up to the price board so we can see what the different services are. And if you need to swap this so that you can see it up top, just push the little arrows on the side of your screen there. It's two up and down, one up, one down, and it'll actually let you see it uh, where it might be covered with a chat otherwise. And you can do that as many times as you need throughout the show. You can also screenshot. Um, but yeah, those numbers look like they were getting pretty high there. And I have a little stand-up display. They were stickers. Wow.
Do you have
So yeah.
Sorry, I'm working with someone right now.
Yeah.
And we have to protect the integrity of the front
Mhm.
desk here. If you don't understand the line, then I'll.
That's okay. Okay, thanks.
Okay. So anyway, so the price stickers, understood. So you did what you can do. So the price stickers, I'm assuming is because the prices update frequently, at least a couple times a year. And hi, envying that. So let's run another giveaway. And hi, Tweet Co. So we've got
They're gonna
Naked
call the
Maple here who's
Fofos.
going to give us.
They're gonna call the Fofos.
Oh, really?
Maple's gonna get arrested on live TV. Hi guys. Yeah,
Well,
no.
that's worth.
She was
That's
like, she
I
was
know.
like, I'm not having this.
Yeah, I know. Um, so yeah, so those of you who are coming in later, if you want to watch the prior parts of this episode up to 60 days, you purchase the I like to watch sticker, and you'll have that. And let's see. So we've talked about how to set up your profile specifically for the types of hauls that you're selling. Do you want to reveal your numbers again? Like what Trader Joe's, for example, what your customers spent, what you got to keep, just big numbers. Do you mind?
I haven't I haven't done a Trader Joe's show in a very long time. So I do live thrifting at Goodwill. That's my thing.
Okay, I totally
And
mistook that.
yeah, yeah, no, it's okay. I've been doing Goodwill. I have an amazing location that I go to. I rotate, so I go to several. And I don't know if it's tax season or what, but I am so grateful that I have people coming into my show, and I have people bidding against each other, like the cool kids on Whatnot. And I'm like, oh my God, that that doesn't happen when you have like no one in your show. Do you know what I mean? Oh, hold on a second.
Well, and good for you, because a lot of what I see out on the internet when people are making videos about thrifting is how expensive Goodwill and other, um, national chains have gotten, to the point that they're
Yeah,
almost like
it's
retail
true.
price. And sometimes I've even
It's
seen
true.
them priced higher than retail. So the original price tag will be on it, but then the resale price tag will be even higher. So if people are
Yeah.
spotting deals, they're very smart to use you as a resource and have everything come to them, because that's saving them a lot of time, a lot of gas, and they're getting to have fun. So I think that's so awesome.
It's so much fun. And you know what they're starting to do is they're starting to hire resellers to price things in the back. So so those people are doing the research and pricing accordingly. It's
Mhm.
getting harder, right, to do this, but there are deals to be found. Nobody is perfect, and you find treasure. It's literally hunting for treasure. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Okay, so I misinterpreted some numbers that I thought we talked about, but I made assumptions. So I assumed that if you were to go into a Trader Joe's and you had a show where, you brought in $1,000, but your final take was $500. So that's like a 50%. Well, technically it's 100% uh,
So
profit margin there. But
hold on a second.
realistically, hmm,
So I so the way that I price is I round up and I double. So a lot of
mhm,
people on the app round down. I have to round up because I travel to that location 40 minutes. It is far away from me. It is not close by. So I have to count in my time, the fees, the taxes, the packaging supplies, and so on and so forth. If I make $800 in a show, which is insane. For me, that is crazy, okay? Crazy money that I've never seen before in my entire life, okay? I clear, I take home 400. And that's only
okay,
thanks to the fact that I round up and I double because those 50 cents count. You know what I mean? I
right,
take home 400 after I purchase the items, after I pay the taxes, after this. Then after I take that 400 home, let's say, I have to buy more bubble wrap. I have to buy more filler for this and that because I want to be a whole professional, right? So I used to source my shipping supplies, it, it, boxes plus all that other stuff,
hmm,
but that's taking time away from me doing my next show. Do you know what I mean? It slows me
yeah,
down. So now I reinvest into the shipping supplies because I realize that it is making me faster when I have it all on hand and I don't have to source it. It's worth the money because then I could do my next show faster. Do you know what I mean?
yes, and Step Shops 365. You want a giveaway? We'll do one final one. Start putting your suggestions and who you guys want to raid, because we will end uh, right on time at 2 p.m. Eastern. Um, Last thing though, Naked Maple, I want to give you the last word. So when I was using my example, so I might have overinflated it a little bit, but it was basically you were making 4 times what Trader Joe's profit is selling those items, assuming you sold 1,000 and kept 500. You were making four
So
times the amount.
I don't normally do Trader Joe's anymore. But if I
Oh,
did, if I've
oh,
done
please go.
Target trips, I've gone to Target. It's okay. I've gone to Target. I've done retail. I've went to the Dollar Tree. I've went to Ross. Um, Even if I do retail, uh, yeah, it's double because
Yeah.
I have to pay myself for my time, my shipping supplies, the fees, all the things. But the best part about this job, about doing this, is that there are people who cannot leave their homes. There are people on
Hmm.
this app that are disabled. There are people here that are scared to go out into the wild, right? And they use this platform as their escape, as their way of, you know, uh, of doing this,
Hmm.
of just it's incredible. I look at it as I am providing an important service. I'm not just out finding treasure. I'm helping somebody that can't do it for themselves.
Hmm.
Sometimes they can, right? Sometimes they can, but a lot of times they can't. And also, I don't have, what if I find something that you have been looking for? What if I find something that you can't find at a store? Do you know what I mean? Not everyone has
Hmm.
access to these stores. Not everyone has access to Trader Joe's, to Goodwill, to Ross, to, you know what I mean? Even Walmart. I've done a show from Walmart. Why the hell not?
Right.
It's incredible.
Um,
It's really a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yes, and Lost Mermaid reminds us we're connecting with people all over the world. So when you go to YouTube, look for this icon, and that should take you to my channel because that's where you're going to find all of the videos. And so at the bottom, you can actually go to the Whatnot playlist, and that will take you into anything you'd want to know, Whatnot related. Um, Oh, excuse me, up at the top, they've got it even easier. Playlists, and then this one right here is Whatnot. That yellow picture is actually the #1 video I've ever uploaded, and it gets about 100 views a day um, because uh, people are out on the internet and they're looking for these answers, and they don't know that sellers like Naked Maple are so generous with their time. They may not have ever thought about looking for the ship show, which is every other week, Eastern 1 p.m. It's almost like we need to like book you in for a future day, but we'll talk about that offline. Anybody who had concerns or questions I didn't get to, private message me. Now the giveaway is I will do a YouTube short for you guys who won the giveaway. Uh, if we can do that before the next episode. If we can't, you'll get a beautiful sticker in the mail. So everybody's a winner no matter what. But I'd definitely like to do one for you, Naked Maple, because you just, I mean, you know, people love the way you explain things so simply, and you're doing amazing.
Thank you. I'm trying. I had a nervous breakdown a few days ago and yesterday, and I probably will have one today and tomorrow. It is not easy at all. You guys, it is
Exactly.
a lot of work and it's a lot of sacrifice and it's worth every second.
So
It
we're at
really is.
we're exactly at time. We're gonna rate into Nine Dimes. Nine Dimes sells what I would expect to be the most popular category on Whatnot, which is money. So if you all are interested in money, we're gonna learn a little bit from Nine Dimes. He also does give really good shout outs. So let's hear what he has to say. Thanks, Naked Maple. Thanks everybody, and let's raid Nine Dimes. I will see you in just a couple of weeks.